We were on the front lines, standing up to Governor LePage on behalf of the people of Maine. And I want to thank Senator Alfon, our leadership teams, and all the members of the Maine House and Senate here tonight for their hard work for our citizens. I would also like to thank Ben Grant, the chairman of our party, and the amazing team he has assembled, led by Mary Erin Cassell and Chuck Quintero. We are poised for victory. We are poised to reclaim our Maine. Yeah. We are the party that stands up for economic opportunity for everyone, not just those at the very top. And Democrats can be proud of the candidates up and down our ticket. We are the party made up of everyday Mainers, firefighters, police officers, mill workers and moms, teachers, doctors, nurses, farmers, and small business owners. We are Maine, and we are proud. My mother was a school teacher, and my father was a chaplain in the United States military. I'm the youngest of 7 children. Growing up, my family struggled like so many Maine families today. My parents taught my brothers and sister and I that when you pull together and you work together, we all do better. They taught us the values of public service and giving back to the community. These are the values that hold Maine communities together across our state. And my wife and I are so proud to raise our 3 young children here in this great state. Maine is truly an amazing state. We have so much to offer the rest of the country and the world. We have incredible coastlines, farms, forests, waterways, and fisheries. We have great local schools and close-knit communities. We pull together when times are tough. We have innovative small businesses that line our main streets. Our scientists at Jackson Laboratory are working to cure cancer and make Maine an international leader in biomedicine. Our shipyards, from Kittery to Bath, build the U.S. Navy's most advanced destroyers. And in my own town of North Berwick, our workers at Pratt & Whitney build the engines for our U.S. military fighter jets. Our lobster is the best in the world, our blueberries are second to none, and our people are the pride of our state. This is our Maine, and we are proud. But ladies and gentlemen, we do have one problem, and it's a big one. The governor. Yes! Maine needs a new governor. A governor who will be proud. A governor that will make us proud. One who won't use headlines or sound bites to denigrate and divide us. Maine people deserve a governor who will champion our cause and our people. Maine deserves a leader that will help grow a fair and strong economy that works for everyone. But right now, Maine has a bad CEO. A bad CEO whose policies have benefited the few at the expense of the many. Governor LePage claims to be a savvy turnaround specialist from the private market, but his record is abysmal. Under Governor LePage, Maine ranks among the worst in the nation for job creation. While the country is recovering from the recession, Maine lags behind. We are 48th for job growth. We have 16,000 fewer jobs today than we did in December of 2007 at the start of the recession. Maine people are having a very hard time finding work, and those that have jobs are not seeing their incomes grow at the pace of the rest of the country. Some are working 2 or even 3 jobs. And unfortunately, Governor LePage has put up roadblock after roadblock for a fair economy. He has stood in the way of measures that would put more money in the pockets of Maine families, from expanding health care to increasing the minimum wage. He has squandered $1 million of taxpayer funds on a controversial and plagiarized study to bolster his campaign talking points. The governor has mismanaged our state, even refused to do his job. His unprecedented veto spree is nothing more than failed leadership. Because when you govern by veto pen, Maine families lose. Yeah. And as a family therapist, helping struggling people with mental illness, I've seen firsthand how the lack of access to health care can tear families apart. How mounting medical bills can lead to bankruptcy or even homelessness. And that's why, as Speaker of the House, I made it my top priority to expand health care to 70,000 Mainers, including nearly 3,000 veterans. And 5 times, in 5 different bills, we worked to pass a measure that would allow us to take the federal government up on its offer to fund health care for our citizens. We worked across the aisle with reasonable Republicans. But Governor LePage and his Tea Party Republican allies said no. They said no to life-saving health care for our citizens. They said no to $1 million per day in economic investment. They said no to the 4,000 jobs it would have created. They said no, and they had no good reason. And for Maine people who are struggling to pay for their medicine for diabetes or face life-threatening diseases, it is hard to understand why politics stood between them and a doctor. And for Laura Tasheko of Northport, that became a terrifying reality. When she found out she had seriously aggressive cancer, she was fortunate to get the treatment she needed because she qualified for life-saving health care through Medicaid. But in January, she was among the 24,000 Mainers who lost coverage because we didn't expand Medicaid. Just imagine for a moment, being left without health care coverage while recovering from the ongoing and debilitating effects of cancer, of surgery, and of chemotherapy. It's heartbreaking, it's shameful, and it is certainly inhumane. And Governor LePage is the only governor in the country to have vetoed Medicaid expansion 5 times. He even considers it one of his highest accomplishments. Well, I have a message for the governor and his Republican allies in the legislature from the tens of thousands of Mainers like Laura Tasheko. It is no badge of honor to deny life-saving health care to our citizens. That message will be delivered in the voting booths across our state in November. The people of Maine will remember. And we are counting on all of you to help get Mike Mishu elected along with Democrats up and down the ticket so that on day 1 of Governor Mishu's administration, Maine can stop saying no and Maine can start saying yes. Maine can start saying yes to life-saving health care for our citizens, to jobs and creation and economic investment. say that Maine Democrats were able to improve the lives of our citizens despite the governor. We bolstered job training and workforce development. We invested in education for our students at all levels and healthcare for our seniors and people with disabilities. We did it all working with Republicans and independents while the governor sat on the sidelines waving his veto pen. We also put a stop to some of the governor's most harmful policies to gut protections for clean water and clean air in our state. We prevented massive property tax spikes for middle-class families and seniors. We held back his effort to undercut workers' rights to collectively bargain for wages and benefits. And I'm so proud of the work we did. I'm proud to have stood with Senate President Justin Alfond against Governor LePage. But what we did is not enough. Maine needs champions that bring us together. Maine needs leaders that build opportunity for everyone. And that's why we need to elect Mike Nishu and a Democratic majority in the Maine House and Senate. It's why we need to keep Maine's 2nd Congressional District blue. It's why we need progressive leaders like Shelley Pingree in Congress. And it's why we need to elect Shenna Bellows to the U.S. Senate. So are you with me? And I have to be honest and tell you, it won't be easy. Our opponents never let the facts get in the way of a good story. They manufacture crisis after crisis. They disregard the truth. But we can't let that stop us. We cannot and we will not back down. We must restore the pride the people of Maine have in their state. The Maine where we unite to help one another and lift each other up, where we celebrate our accomplishments, not denigrate our people, our schools, or our workers. This is our Maine. So I'll ask you again, one last time. Are you ready? Are you ready for our new governor and Democrats up and down the ticket? Please join me in this fight to make sure that we can do what is right for the state of Maine. Thank you very much.